Hi guys, and welcome to my Hell in a Cell 2021 prediction video. Yes, last night we had Hell in a Cell, the final pay-per-view of the Thunderdome era, you know, with all the virtual screens with the fans watching on the screens. Yes, it was the final pay-per-view with all that, but obviously it's been like that since, I think, SummerSlam last year. Yes, because Money in the Bank will be back in front of a live crowd. So, yes, anyway, I had Hell in a Cell last night, and it was pretty good show. I don't think it's not one of the better Hell in a Cell pay-per-views. There were a few disappointing things here and there, but there was some good matches too, some very good matches. But yes, I have 7 matches to talk about. So yes, let's get to it. So first match we had very briefly on the pre-show. Yes, we had Natalya going up against Mandy Rose. It was actually better than I thought, to be honest. It was 9.5 minutes, and it was okay, but I just couldn't care less. Sadly, I watched bits of it, but I was on my phone. So yeah, and Natalya won with the sharpshooter. Yeah, okay. On to the main show. Yes, so the first match we had was a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Yes, we had Bianca Belair defending her belt up against Bayley. Ooh, and yeah, this was good. A very good Hell in a Cell match. It was 19.5 minutes of just Bianca and Bayley going back and forth. There we go, already said it. Yeah, it was. So the match gets started, and Bianca gets a good few little things early on. She hits this really cool double moonsault counter off the top rope, which is really cool. But then Bayley starts to get control because she's more experienced in a Hell in a Cell match than Bianca. This is Bianca's first because obviously Bayley faced Sasha last year at Hell in a Cell. And yeah, it was good. Bayley started going after Bianca's shoulder, kind of like targeting that throughout a lot of the match. There was a funny spot where she tied Bianca's hair to the bottom rope, or just in a little knot, but Bianca got out of it really quickly. And then at one point, when they're outside the ring, Bayley bit Bianca's arm, trying to get out of a move, and she bit Bianca's arm. Bianca was like, Bayley's turning into a vampire. Jesus. Yeah, and then there was a really cool spot where, because Bayley starts dominating, but then she hit a flip power bomb, boom, on Bianca onto the side of the cell. That was really cool. And then Bianca hit this. They put the kendo sticks in between the ring and the cell, there was 4 of them. I think 4 of us, in a little rope. And then Bianca spine busters. Boom! Bayley threw it. That was really cool. Through these kendo sticks. And then there was another spot where Bayley tries to tie Bianca's hair again. She sat on the chair and she tries to tie Bianca's hair again to the chair, but it didn't work again. And then Bianca ties her hair to Bayley's arm, so that she's stuck to Bayley. She's looked at, and then Bianca just starts dominating while she's tied to Bayley through her hair. It was really inventive. And there was a really cool spot where she lays Bayley on top of this ladder, because the big ladder and everything, and then Bianca hits this boom big senton on Bayley, ooh, and then to finish it off, she hits a KOD on the stood up ladder, boom, ooh, and 1, 2, 3, yep, Bianca Belair retains in a pretty good match. Yeah, I don't think it was one of the better Hell in a Cell matches. I do think Bayley and Sasha last year was better. I think the year before that, Sasha and Becky was a better match too. So in terms of the recent Women's Hell in a Cell matches, I don't think it's up there, but it still was a solid match. I just think it had some slow spots, and it just maybe could have been a little bit longer, maybe 5 minutes longer. But and Bayley didn't even get to hit a Bayley to belly or anything. No, she didn't hit any of her finishes. But still, it was a good match, solid match, 19.5 minutes. Very good finish with a KOD on the ladder. And Bianca Belair retains, yeah, as she should. So yeah, Bianca goes into Money in the Bank as SmackDown Women's Champion. And I assume this is the end of the Bayley feud, because I can't see where they go next. So yeah, I think she'll face someone new at Money in the Bank. Yeah, cool. Then on to the next match. Yes, we had Seth Rollins going up against Cesaro, and yeah, great match. Really, really good match. You know, obviously this was a rematch from from WrestleMania. I know they had a match on SmackDown too, but yes, this is a feud that's been brewing for quite a while. You know, even when Cesaro faced Roman at WrestleMania Backlash, Yeah, Seth still interfered at the end of the match and beat up Cesaro. So yeah, there's been loads of beatdown angles on SmackDown. And yeah, this was probably one of the best matches, one of the best matches of the night. You know, Cesaro and Seth just have such good in-ring chemistry. They can just put on magic together. We saw that at WrestleMania. They had a great technical match, and I think this might have just been as good, maybe even better than the WrestleMania match. It went on for about 16 minutes. It was just so evenly matched for both of them. They were so well paired that no one really got on top of them during the match. Like Seth hit a few moves and Cesaro countered with a few of his moves. It was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Really, really good. Yeah, then Cesaro starts to he does the big swing. There was one really cool counter. It looked like he had to hit Simon Gotch, like a bounce off the rope, Simon Gotch neutralizer, but he didn't get to hit it. And then, but the finish wasn't very good. Yeah, when Cesaro was like dominating, it looked like he's about to win the match. Cesaro, Seth hits a really cheeky counter roll-up pinfall. Yeah, like he's got 1, 2, 3, and he's like outside the ring. Seth's like that, and Cesaro's like, what the hell just happened? And that was a bit of a weak finish. I mean, it was a really good match, but a weak finish. And yeah, I was like, what? So yeah, I assume this feud's going to continue because. Yeah, maybe there's going to be a rematch at Money in the Bank, and that will be the final match between Seth and Cesaro. So they've both got a win each now on pay-per-view. You know, Cesaro won at WrestleMania, Seth won here at Hell in a Cell, and I do think the third and final match will be at Money in the Bank. So yeah, fair enough. Seth did kind of need to get a win, but it just was a rubbish finish. I mean, Seth could have just hit like a curb stomp or something, but yeah, whatever. Still a very good match, just a bit of a weak finish. Yeah, but I assume there'll be the third and final match will be at Money in the Bank. Yeah. Then next up we had was probably one of the weakest matches of the night. Yes, we had Alexa Bliss going up against Shayna Baszler. Yeah, it was 7 minutes, and it was 7 minutes too long in my opinion. I just don't care. Alexa Bliss's crazy character, it's getting old. You know, ever since hearing the Fiend split up at WrestleMania, I just don't care anymore. And if she still comes out to the ring to the Firefly Funhouse music. That's Bray's music. That's Bray's Firefly Funhouse music. Alexa still comes out to that. She just robbed Bray's gimmick. It's like, oh, whatever. Yeah, and against Shayna Baszler, and it was somewhat competitive. I mean, Shayna Baszler did get some offense in, quite a lot of offense, but Alexa Bliss was just no selling it because she's crazy. She's basically the female version of Bray, the Fiend, or whatever. And yeah, there was a cool spot where she hit like this, an arm stomp, and it looks like after we hit Alexa, Alexa's like, and she just starts laughing, and Shayna's like, what the hell? So just like the Fiend, like no matter what you do, he keeps getting up, just like Alexa, she keeps getting up, and you can't hurt her. And then yeah, there was this really weird spot where Alexa stares at Nia, and Nia's just like, and then Alexa goes, and Nia goes, it's so stupid. What? And she just pushes Reginald out the way, like she's entranced by Alexa. I'm like, what? And then Alexa hits a Sister Abigail. The fucking cheek of Alexa. That's Bray's move. She's Bray's gimmick, Bray's entrance, and now Bray's fucking finisher. Alexa, just please go back to being normal Alexa, because just can the Fiend come back and just convert Alexa back to a normal Alexa, please? But anyway, yeah, she hits the. Basically, it was a, and then the Sister Abigail on Shayna Baszler. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, whatever. And then after the match, Nia Jax is like she's under Alexa's spell or something. I don't fucking care. To the next match. Yes, we had Sami Zayn going up against Kevin Owens, and it was a good 12.5-minute match. Obviously, this is a rematch from WrestleMania, but of course, Kevin Owens wasn't in top shape for this match because he was selling an injury from Commander Aziz on SmackDown, so he had like a really bad shoulder, and he was coughing a lot during the match, and he wasn't 100%. But he still put up a good fight against Sami, and this was a good match. When Sami's not acting like this stupid, crazy conspiracy theorist, gimmick he's got now. Sami's an amazing wrestler. We've known that for years. Back when he was the underdog from the underground and NXT, one of the best wrestlers in the company. When he's not acting, but now he's got this stupid, cowardly heel gimmick as a conspiracy theorist and all that. But anyway, it was a good match. He hit like a suicide dive on Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens came back to the ring. They had a bit more of a fight, but towards the end, it was just too much, and KO just couldn't keep it up because he was too injured, he was coughing too much. And then Sami, I believe he hits a blue thunder bomb or something, or a backwards suplex, and then he hits a haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and Sami Zayn wins. And after the match, he's going to Michael Cole. Yeah, did you see that, Michael? Did you see that, Michael? Yeah. And it's like, so yeah, fair enough. Sami gets a win, and poor KO. He's not having a good time recently, is he? He got pinned on SmackDown. Now he's just got pinned by Sami Zayn. So poor Kevin Owens, man. Do you remember when he was facing Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship back in January and December last year? And now he's just losing to Sami Zayn, losing to Commander Aziz on SmackDown. Oh, poor KO, man. But yeah, okay. Moving on. Good match. It's a good match. Okay, moving on to the second to last match, we had Charlotte. Okay, we had a singles match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Hey! Yes, we had Rhea Ripley defending her belt, going up against the Queen, Charlotte Flair. And, yeah, this was a good 40-minute match. So, yeah, of course, this was Charlotte and Rhea's just their first singles match together since WrestleMania last year. So this kind of was a rematch, even though they had that triple threat match, didn't they, at WrestleMania Backlash with Asuka. But this was their first singles match since WrestleMania 36 last year. It was good match. You know, of course, what would we expect? You know, Rhea and Charlotte, I think they're very good in the ring together. I think they have a bit more chemistry than Rhea and Asuka. But Charlotte did dominate a lot of this match because Rhea was really selling her leg. I think a lot during the match, Charlotte was going for Rhea's leg constantly, non-stop, and at one point she injured it. But yeah, Rhea really did oversell it. She was going, ah! 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 She was doing that for like all the match. It's like, Rhea, just shut up and wrestle. Ah! She was doing that for the whole match, and it got really old. I was just like, Rhea, can you just... But yeah, it was whatever. Then she started to get some offense back in, but the story of the match was the fact that Charlotte just couldn't put Rhea away. Rhea just kept kicking out. She wouldn't give up. You know, she hit a natural selection. She kicked out. She hit a figure eight, or the figure eight is it called, yeah. And yeah, but Rhea got out the ring just in time to counter it. So yeah, no matter what she did, she just couldn't get out. But Rhea hit a riptide on Charlotte, but I believe Charlotte kicked out, I think. Yeah, but then the finish was rubbish. The really rubbish finish. So yeah, basically, they go out the ring, and Rhea's like, oh, she's looking really annoyed, and she just grabs the top part of the table, throws it at Charlotte, ding, 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 and Rhea gets disqualified. What? What a rubbish finish. It was a good match, but rubbish finish. And Isn't Rhea meant to be the face in this match? But yet she got herself deliberately disqualified to win the match. Charlotte wins, but Rhea keeps the belt. Rhea keeps the belt because it's DQ. So what? It's just a rubbish finish. Really rubbish finish. I was like, seriously? Yeah, it's a good match, but rubbish finish. And that was the theme. That was the theme of Hell in a Cell. Rubbish finishes. You know, not Bianca and Billy, Seth and Cesaro, rubbish finish. Charlotte and Rhea, rubbish finish. The main event, rubbish finish, but I'll get to that. Yeah, so Rhea retains because it was a DQ, but Charlotte wins the match. So what? And then they keep fighting after the match. They keep beating each other up behind the after the match, but then Rhea gets back on top and hits another riptide on Charlotte, and then she's like, yeah, I got you, Charlotte, I got you. Like, what do you mean you got her, Rhea? You got yourself deliberately disqualified. You look like an idiot. And I like Rhea Ripley, but the way they finished this match made her look ridiculous. It made her look like a coward. Like she had to get herself disqualified to beat Charlotte or to retain the belt because she was scared of losing to Charlotte or something. Like, what? So maybe there'll be a rematch at Money in the Bank, but yeah, just not a great finish. Not a great finish, yeah. But hopefully they'll have a better match with a better finish, an actual finish at Money in the Bank, yeah. Then on to the main event. Yes, we had a last chance Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. Yes, we had the almighty Bobby Lashley defending his belt with MVP. Woohoo! Going up against Drew McIntyre. Hey! So yeah, and this was probably match of the night. Well, definitely was match of the night. This was a 25-minute war between Bobby and Drew in Hell in a Cell. It was great. Oh, it was so good. Just these two big boys, these two big heavyweights going at it in Hell in a Cell. It was fantastic. It was really good. you know, definitely match of the night. So yeah, the match gets started, and Drew, I think Drew gets the early offense in early. He's throwing Bobby into the side of the cell. He always starts to get some weapons out. He gets like a few chair shots in there, and he starts to get like the steel stairs, but then Bobby counters, and then Bobby starts to get his stuff back in. It was a very back and forth match. It was very even between both of them. Like no one really was on top for long because Bobby and Drew were so evenly matched in terms of their sheer power and heavyweight status. You know, so it was very evenly matched. But it was just so back and forth. Fucking hell. But yeah, and then there was a really cool spot where Drew hits like a white noise, boom, on Bobby on these exposed steel steps. Ooh. And MVP is like, Bobby outside the cell. But then no, Bobby gets back into the match. At one point he tries to hit a full Nelson. Like, oh no, but Drew gets out of it just in time. And they continue to go back outside the ring, and they use like there's kendo stick shots which Bobby starts using. They get back some chairs, and Drew lodges this chair into the corner of the ring, but he uses that near the end. It was a really cool spot where what was it? It was a really cool spot where Bobby was trying to go for another full Nelson, or the Hurt Lock, but there was a table lodged up at the side of the cell, and Drew just went, and they both went through the table. Like, oh, that was badass, man, badass. And then they go back in the ring, and Drew tries to use a chair, but then Bobby turns it around and pushes him into the ref. It's like, oh no! So the ref's out the ring, but then Drew capitalizes. He hits he pushes Drew. He pushes Bobby, boom, into the chair on Bobby's days, and then Drew hits a future shock DDT, boom, and Drew's definitely that definitely has a match won. But the ref's outside the ring, and Drew's like, oh for fuck's sake! So he can't pin Bobby. So Drew goes, open the door, get another ref in here. So yeah, another ref comes in. And then Drew gets Bobby up again, and boom, Claymore. I was like, oh, that's it. Drew's won the belt back. 1, 2, and then MVP pulls the ref out the ring. Oh, MVP, you dick. So yeah, because Drew asked for the ref to come in, MVP, whoop, just comes into the cell. And yeah, Drew's pissed. MVP's just cost Drew the match. So yeah, but now MVP's locked in the cell. Like, no, let me out. So then Drew just starts beating the hell out of MVP, and he gets MVP in the ring, and he hits a Claymore on MVP. He's like, ooh, that must have felt good. But then no, Bobby gets back into it, and you get back into the match, and Drew goes for another Claymore, but Bobby counters. Like, oh no! And then I think Bobby tries to hit a full Nelson again, but Drew gets out of it. I think the table spot happened, which I mentioned before, the table spot. And then they get back into the ring, and Drew's about to go for a Claymore again. That was going to win the match, definitely. And then MVP's grabbing hold of Drew's leg. Like, oh, for fuck's sake! And then because of that, Bobby roll up pins Drew. 1, 2, 3. I was like, come on! Like, what? So yeah, a roll up pin in a Hell in a Cell match. That another bad finish. 3 matches on this card had bad finishes. And the main event, this was a great 25-minute match between Bobby and Drew, but the finish was just, again, lackluster. Very lackluster. And yeah, like a roll-up pin, and Drew's like, what? You can't believe what happened? And then Bobby and MVP get out of there like, but they look knackered, can beat up, because Drew had the match won on 3 separate occasions, but the ref was outside the ring for one of them, or injured, and then the other 2 occasions, MVP helped Bobby out. So yeah, Drew had the match won 3 times, but MVP and then the ref had to be outside the ring stop Drew from winning, and I felt so bad for Drew, man, because he should have won, but it's a valiant effort. But as always, MVP helping Bobby Lashley out. So Bobby Lashley retains, but with a roll-up pin, which was just so underwhelming. Like, a roll-up pin, he could have just hit a spear. That would have been better. Yeah, MVP's grabbing Drew. Drew's like, get off me. Then when he turns around, boom, he runs into a big spear. 1, 2, 3. That would have been a better finish, in my opinion. Well, whatever. Yeah, and Drew just looks heartbroken. He's like, he can't believe it. And yeah, because it was a last chance match. That is the last time Drew McIntyre can challenge Bobby for the championship. So yeah, he can't. While Bobby Lashley is champion, Drew cannot challenge Bobby again. So yeah, sucks for Drew. I assume now he's going to go down the card a little bit, which fair enough. I know a lot of people were getting bored of him in the main event scene, because he's been in the main event scene for like a year and a half now. As much as I love Drew McIntyre, yeah, it was getting a bit too much. So Maybe he's going to go back. Look, he's going to go back down the card now. Maybe, I don't know, what's he going to do? Feud with Sheamus for the US title? What else can he do? We will see. But yeah, and Bobby Lashley, I assume he'll go on to face someone new at Money in the Bank. Maybe Kofi, because they've been teasing something with Kofi and MVP. I don't know, but we will see who Bobby faces at Money in the Bank. So yeah, that has been my review for Hell in a Cell. It was a good show. Good show. Some, like I said, some three match. Bianca and Bayley, very good match. Seth and Cesaro, great match. Rubbish finish. Alexa and Shayna. Sammy and KO was fine. Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, good match, rubbish finish. Bobby and Lashley and Drew McIntyre, absolute war, 25-minute slobber knocker, rubbish finish. So yeah, the running theme was we had some very good matches, but just some very underwhelming finishes. But the only good match with a good finish was Bianca and Bayley and Sami Zayn and KO. That was it, 2 matches. Every other match was either or a good match with a bad finish. Yeah, so yeah, that was my review. Probably not one of the better Hell in a Cell pay-per-views, but definitely it was still a good show. But I think last year's Hell in a Cell was better, and the year before that was better. And I noticed too a distinct lack of titles being defended. Only 3 titles were defended on this card. Obviously, Roman beat Ray on SmackDown, that Hell in a Cell match of the Universal belt. But yeah, no IC belt being defended, no US belt being defended. I think Sheamus is injured, but yeah. So Apollo and Sheamus, nowhere to be seen. Neither tag team belts were being defended. Yeah, AJ and Omos, do they even have the belts? I've forgotten. Yeah, of course, Ray and Dominic weren't going to defend the belts together because Ray just went through a war with Roman on SmackDown. So, yeah, guys, what were your thoughts on Hell in a Cell? Comment below, let me know. So, of course, the next pay-per-view is Money in the Bank in mid to late July. So I'll be back with Laura and Liam on Zoom for our prediction video for Money in the Bank, probably on the I'd say 10th of July, but of course subject to change. Might change, I don't know, but I'd say 10th of July for our Money in the Bank prediction video. Excuse me. So yeah, guys, I'll be back. I'll try and keep up to date with. I'll try and do at least one video a week till Money in the Bank in July. But yeah, guys, hope you all have a great week. Hope you all enjoyed Hell in a Cell. Comment below. Let me know, what did you think? Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Bye, guys.